A little bit earlier, I talked with Congresswoman Marcia Fudge of Ohio with regards to this shutdown. Here's what she had to say. All right, Congresswoman Fudge.
Jay, what the hell was all of that stuff?
Everybody obviously wants to know, will we actually see this government reopen? You have Donald Trump, who seems to not want to run afoul of Ann Coulter, Rush Limbaugh, and Fox News. And that really, at the end of the day, is what's going on here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell you what. The president could open the government today, this second. But because he's listening to Ann Coulter, to people in Congress who are on the far right of anybody that has any sense, he has now decided that that is his base, and he's going to do whatever it takes to keep that base. So the 35 to 37% of all of Americans who think that no matter what he does,
right,
he's okay, he is playing to them. Even though he said, it is my shutdown, I will own it, I will not blame anybody for it, it is my and I'll be proud to do it.
The thing that also is amazing is that Congress, have they forgotten they can override a veto?
Absolutely.
I mean, so this whole deal of, well, he won't sign it, it's 2/3.
Mitch McConnell has been absent up until today. He has an obligation to put legislation on the floor of the Senate, and he has refused since December to put one bill in front of his caucus, in front of the Senate, to say, let's try to find a way to open up government. He has just abdicated all of his responsibility. And it's about time, even though they failed today, that is the process by which we work. We pass bills and they pass bills. You can't say, oh, I'm not going to do anything unless the president says it's okay. There are 3 branches of government. The president is only one of them. And the rest of us have a responsibility to do what we are entitled to do, what the Constitution gives us the authority to do, and to make sure that the American people know that we are fighting for them even when the White House is not.
Do you agree with Speaker Pelosi saying, nah, no speech, no speech?
Well, I absolutely do agree. How do you have a state of a government that is closed? There is no State of the Union. The State of the Union is closed. It doesn't take long to say that.
You also have an administration and different folks and how they are belittling federal workers. I mean, when you have Wilbur Ross asking the question, why are they going to food banks? I mean, the just total lack of caring about people who are hurting.
It was despicable. If you remember some weeks back, the president made a comment that most people didn't even catch. He said, I'm not worried about it. Most of those people are Democrats anyway. And you remember that? What he really wanted to say is most of those people were black. Because people forget the large numbers of black people who work for the government at every level.
Yep.
In particular, at the federal level. And so he is not concerned because he's not concerned about people that look like you and me.
Yep.
He thinks we're the only poor people in the country, So I don't need to help them. It's only them.
I am. What also bothers me is it was crazy. I saw one story where there was a guy, an Iowa farmer, who said that he might lose his farm, and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's still worth the wall." I mean, and I'm sitting there going,
Right.
"Really?" I mean, you literally have individuals who are part of his base, who are getting destroyed, who are not getting benefits, who are getting hurt. And they're going along with the nonsense. And this is why I keep trying to explain to people that this is white fear driving all of this. It is the fear of this nation becoming black and brown.
Not only that, they believe that anybody that is not like them is undeserving of what this government can produce, what this government gives them. That's why they don't like immigrants. That's why they don't like poor people, because we are undeserving. They are the only people who deserve the American dream. And so they're fighting for it, and they don't care if they hurt themselves as long as they hurt us.
Got to ask you about the presidential candidates. Several have obviously jumped out there this week. Senator Kamala Harris. You have others who are considering it. I saw one story saying Senator Booker may soon be jumping in. What do you want these Democratic presidential candidates to be saying when it comes to an agenda, specifically for black folks? What should they be saying?
I think a couple of things. One is certainly that they're going to have to deal with the unemployment, the wealth gap in this country. They're going to have to deal with unemployment in this country. But more importantly, this is the thing that nobody thinks about anymore, Roland. A good education is a civil rights issue of our time. We live in a society now that only people who can afford a good education get one. And our young people are not going to have a chance to succeed unless they have a fair shot at a good education. So to me, that's number one. Number two, I think that they have to deal with race. We skate around it, we talk around it. They're going to have to deal with it. It's just the reality of what we are. And I think they're going to have to deal with poverty because the gap is getting bigger and bigger, and our people are suffering more and more. Not just black people, poor people. We're going to have to deal with that.
Also, I think that, I mean, obviously, we were seeing last couple of years, everyone talks about, on the Democratic side, the focus on black women. But something that happened in 2012 also happened in 2016, and that is, everyone talks about the 9 or 10 point gap that existed between black men and black women. 96% or so went for, 94% or so went for Hillary Clinton. Was about 84, 85% went for Hillary Clinton. And folks like, oh my God, Trump is appealing to, these black men. But there was a 9-point gap with Obama and Romney.
Absolutely right.
And I keep telling people, look, you have black men who are feeling as if completely left out.
That's right.
No one's talking to us. And I've yet to see anything that is specific. In fact, I remember having a conversation it was a night of the Congressional Black Caucus dinner in 2016.
Right.
With you backstage with Hillary Clinton, with Huma and Marlon Marshall. And I said,
that's right.
Y'all got a black man problem.
You did.
And they just looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, okay, I don't understand what y'all doing. They had the mothers of the movement out there. I'm going, y'all better be having black men out here. And people acting it was no big deal. And I keep telling people that's going to be an issue.
Oh, it is. Oh, I remember very well that you said it. And it caught everybody off guard. She looked at you like, well, really? Yeah, we do have a black male problem. I don't care who the candidate is at this point. If they don't address it, they're going to have a problem. Because we have basically neglected black boys. We have not brought black men into our conversations as it relates to where we want to go as a nation. We haven't included them at the levels they should be included in as it relates to these campaigns. We have a problem. We absolutely do.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see in terms of how this thing rolls out. And then how these candidates address these issues, and I think they now know. If you're Senator Bernie Sanders, you can't ignore black people for 6 months and think I'll talk to them when they get to South Carolina and the other folks. And now those primaries have moved up. I think you're going to have a totally different presidential campaign than you've seen before, because even before Iowa votes, early voting starts in California. So the map, I think, has totally changed than in the previous election.
Well, I'm glad you said it and I didn't. I think that that's absolutely true. You can't just talk to black people when you need them. You have to let black people know you are engaged. And I think it's time that we really look at some of these people's records. We have a 40-year record for Bernie Sanders. 40 years. And I would like for someone to tell me what he did while a member of Congress and or the Senate that specifically helped black people or poor people. I'd like an answer to that question.
Well, we're going to try to get one.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Congresswoman Fudge, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always good to see you.
All right. Thanks a bunch.
All right, folks. Back to our Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Of course, 2019, many of us out here trying to get ourselves fit, trying to get healthy, losing weight. That's why we want you to support one of the partners of our show, D Herbs, a black guy, Dr. A.D. Dolphin, developed this cleanse, which is a really, so there are 27 different cleanses, an herbal cleanse. And it's all about giving you more energy, keeping you from being sluggish. And again, if you want to lose weight, that's one reason you could do it. Also improve your overall well-being. Another reason you can also do it as well. So I'm on day 16. So I have 3 more days left of the 20-day cleanse. So it's been raw vegetables and fruits. That's it. So y'all like, damn, yeah, you ain't lying. Right. That's all it's been. But it's been going well. So I'll tell you on Monday how everything goes. And a lot of us, of course, the people were just eating like crazy during the holidays, and they want to get rid of all that processed food and fried foods. No, I didn't do anything.
You look at
No, I did none of that. What's wrong with you? And so If you want to get rid of your toxic buildup, go to therbs.com. Therbs.com. Use the promo code Roland. Therbs.com. Use the promo code Roland, or you can call 866-4DHERBS. 866-4DHERBS. And again, the promo code is Roland.
Now that to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.